So hello everybody, welcome back to another Pokemon Cards Mail Day on this rainy morning on the first week of November. So in my hand you can see a stack of cards. This is what I'll purchase the last week or so. The intention of these cards is to put them back up for sale. I have purchased some cards to put in my personal collection. I ended up putting those up for sale as well already, because I found that I need some liquidity in the upcoming weeks and months, as you can see that the Pokemon card market is stagnating. But first, I hope everybody had a good Halloween evening, and let's dive straight into it as I can continue talking while we're going over the cards. So I really want to get some liquidity, some money in the bank to be able to spend again the upcoming weeks, as you can see and predict, and hopefully I'm correct on that there will be some fire sales and with Black Friday some huge discounts. So if I have some money in the bank, I will be able to use that opportunity when it presents itself. First you saw Celebrations Professor Oak, a reverse holo Clefairy. We have some more 151 reverse holos, and I didn't purchase those separately. I purchased them in a lot, and then I tried to make a little bit of profit because I purchased the lot and I'm trying to sell the cards separately again. With such reverse holos you talk about 10 cents to 20 cents profit per card. With a lot of effort, it's not worth your time. On the other hand, if someone is looking coincidentally for this reverse holo Koffing and they are searching for other 151 reverse holos, they will come to me maybe. So it's like free advertisement basically for your entire inventory. Every advertisement that you make is a free advertisement for the rest of your inventory as well. As we move into this full art Tyranitar, I sold one this week, I purchased one back. A really gorgeous card. Despite the crown, I know a lot of people don't like the crowns. I don't know what to think of them either. With the V and VMAXs I started to get used to the clouds that they have above their heads. I believe it is the Gigantamax. With the crowns I didn't get used to it that much. Alright, so we have some Pokemon Go. I noticed some price spikes in some Pokemon Go cards, not the regular ones, but some of the promos are doing well. Some of the boxes went up 10-20%. Well, everybody knows maybe the Mewtwo ETB is pretty cool looking and is up from 35 bucks at the time to now. I think someone mentioned it was close to 100 bucks on TCG Player, but not sure. There we have the Dusknoir that I opened from a Halloween pack, actually a Trick or Trade booster pack from 2023 on Saturday, and I decided to put it up for sale. I was looking for the Gengar and Pikachu, if any are in there obviously. There are some of my other favorite cards in these booster packs as well. And I'm also purchasing some single cards from these kind of booster packs because people open them by the tons. And there is a lot of Cosmos foils from the last year available. Even these regular holo Gengars are going for a pretty penny in a PSA 10 and maybe 1 to 2 to 3 bucks even in just raw condition near mint. I'm not that much fan of, I think it was the Chilling Rain Gengar, but the one from Paldean Fates. Well, anyways, the Dark type Gengar, the uncommon card from the Scarlet Violet era. I think in Cosmos foil that one is really cool. I'm trying to purchase as many as I can. As we have a Charizard here. I purchased 3 new ones. I sold some for 8 bucks a piece. I purchased new ones for 7.50. I had this one in my binder and I decided to up the price because I paid more for the cards as well to 10 bucks and now no one is buying it. But we will see what is going to happen. Maybe the hype train for Phantasmal Flames has finally died down a little bit in the sense of speculation before the set will release. At least we already had Inferno X as well. Everybody is now sure what is coming in the set, what kind of cards. Some people already went to pre-release events for the English set of Phantasmal Flames. I think there are really a lot of cool cards in there. It will be released officially on November 14th, I believe. I'm a huge fan of the Dawn SAR. Obviously, everybody wants the Charizard SAR. And there are a lot of people, and even it is more expensive, talking about the gold card. People want to collect those gold cards like Gardevoir and Lucario. I hope for those people that now spend thousands of euros or dollars on those gold cards that they will perform better than the gold cards from the Sword and Shield and Scarlet Violet era, definitely. I have some gold cards laying around that I purchased for 4 bucks. Those are item cards, I have to say, but they're all secret rares from the previous eras. And stadium cards, and I purchased them for 4 bucks a piece or so, and I tried to sell them for, well, 5 to 6 bucks a piece, and they're not moving anymore. Barely. only sometimes an energy card. Yes, I try to collect some of these energy cards, mainly the fire ones. Obsidian Flames has a great one, and the psychic one from 151 is doing well sometimes as well, $5-6. The switch card from 151 in the gold secret rare version is doing pretty well. If you're able to buy it for $5, sell it for 6-7. But other than that, and you have obviously the new gold item cards from the Scarlet Violet era that are now still relatively new. Those are $20-30. Ultra Balls or other playable, really playable cards, Buddy Puffin. But I think eventually they will also all come down to $5 a piece, except for the ones that are going to stay in play over the generations, like for example, if there was any a secret rare Professor Research, Boss's Order, Switch, Ultra Ball, like I just mentioned. So yeah, and here we have a Leon. So I purchased a Cosmos Foil Iron Valiant. I think it was from a collector's chest or so. I was really looking forward to receive that for 50 cents, and then he sent me the Leon accidentally. Well, it is not the worst mix-up that you could imagine. This is also a really cool card. It has the stamp or the signage, and it has a hub in there. His little brother of the champion, and yeah, it's from Crown Zenith. You can't go really wrong with that, but I really would have liked to have that Iron Valiant Cosmos Foil anyways as well. I do like all these Cosmos Foils from the Scarlet Violet era a lot. And here we have Kindler. It's about $1 to $2. I tried to sell it for $2.99. Not the worst card, but it has been incredibly available, I must say. Many people have pulled this card themselves from Brilliant Stars, and that's why they are now that cheap. But yeah, if anybody is new to the hobby and wants to collect 4 trainers, and I have a lot of them in store or in the inventory, people will come to me to purchase everything at once, and they don't mind spending $1 extra that they would have spent anyways to purchase it with someone else on the shipping costs. And obviously there is a little discount possible where you purchase multiple cards from me after a certain amount. So here we have the Fee Union, one of the cheapest still available Fee Union cards, also one of the latest produced or released. It's from Crown Zenith. I have a couple of these in my binder for myself, and then I started to purchase a couple of them for $1 per card, so $4 per entire Fee Union, and then also a shipping cost of $2 or so $6 in total. And then I was able to sell one set already for $7, so I purchased some more, and that was the lowest listing price that I could find them for, well, $4 for the entire Fee Union, but the average price is already towards the $4, or I mean the $8 per set, so $2 per card. So the guy or person who purchased it for $7 has a good deal, and I did some research to find it for even cheaper. But as you can see, we have Marnie's Morpeko. So that card was also in the Marnie's Rifle battle deck anyways, another version of the Marnie's Morpeko. But I thought this was a really cool one. I love the one from Celebrations with all the Pikachus, the Pikachu Fee Union as well. The Mewtwo, the Greninja, the Zacian or Samazenta, I think it is Zacian. Those are really cool as well, but my favorites, the Pikachu and this Morpeko. There is even another Morpeko, but I like this one a lot with Marnie on it. I just realized I have a lot more to show you than that I initially thought. So we have a Steelix here, and is it everything clearly visible now, folks? Let's see, a little bit more light here. Still one of my favorite art rares of this entire era. It starts to become really cheap. I purchased 9 for $4 to $5 a piece. I think it went now down under the $4, maybe $3 a piece even, but then you have to buy one. Don't forget that, folks, you buy one quantity of one, and I purchased 7 or 8 at once. For collectors that doesn't really matter, the higher quantity. At least a lot of people, I think, want to purchase one card of each. If you're a collector like me, I like to put one entire page of the same card in the binder. But yeah, it is now tougher and tougher to sell it for €5.50 or $5.50 because the price around me started to drop so much. And if I only take 10% off, I already am close to my spending price, you know, so there is not a lot of room to wiggle. Usually I only purchase for resale purposes 1 or 2 or 3 of the same card. Because if such price drops happens, you're not sitting with left with the bag, so to speak. But I do really like this card, so I don't mind sitting on it for a longer time before it sells. I have still a lot of copies in my binder, but I have put the other one, the other Steelix artwork from, I think it is Future Flash, also up for sale. I don't know where it is currently, but that one has a lot of views on it. I didn't expect that. I thought people would, just like me, like this one better, where he is in a cave in his natural environment, if you will. But people do like the one in the workplace with all the other people, construction workers around it. This one reminds me of Jasmine's Steelix when he is watching from the Cosmic Eclipse card. When he's watching from behind her, and I think she is telling him to attack the opponent. And in my memories or in my brain, that is also what Steelix is, a little bit more angry. Yeah, with that shady, dark grin on his face. And yeah, let's move on to this Pikachu's birthday. So I pulled this one from my personal collection actually. I purchased most of them between $6 and $8 a piece, and I saw it was now $27 a piece, 25, close to 25 on Card Market. So I decided to put it up for 27 and let's see if I can sell one. I am going to reinvest some of the money that I got from selling my personal collection piece already over the last week. Or even better, I already spent a lot of that money. And now you get a little spoiler for next week, $250 or so in new cards. And that will also be a lot of Japanese art rares from 151. I noticed the price spike up and down, and now it is going entirely back up in my opinion, in my personal opinion and experience as well, as I watch the trends on the Japanese art rares on Card Market, the European Card Market. I see those fluctuations and they're all disappearing, all the art rares from the starters, for example, under the $10. Charmander already back up to $12 to $15 a piece. Dragonair, Poliwhirl, Psyduck, those are really starting to disappear from the market for the lowest listing prices. So I thought I did well purchasing some while it still can. It can also be a temporarily hype and people will drop them again on the market later on. The Groudon from, in Japanese, Raging Surf, but in English it is Paradox Rift, excuse me. And that one from Raging Surf went down from $21. It went from $8 to $21, it went down to $12, $15 up again, and now it's back up to $21 on the European Card Market. So I've been selling in the downtrend a couple of the ones that I had, but I purchased them for $8 a piece, so it didn't really matter. But a lot of these art rares, I think the packs are not open that much anymore and the cards are disappearing from the market. Maybe it also has to do with the declining demand. There are not a lot more sellers anymore because everybody decided to go out of the hobby. And once they sell their cards, they are not buying new ones. So the amount of sellers will decrease as well. But you know, it is an interesting time to be in the Pokemon card market currently. And I do like investing in it. I do like trading up and down a little bit. Letting go of some cards is tough for me. I sold one of these Cynthia's Roserades. I pulled one other from my personal collection. And there we have the Steelix, before I forget to say it, with all the workers, the construction side. A really cool card as well, but I think personally the other one is worth more money. But it depends on what you think is important in the artwork. Here the landscape is really cool, while in the other card the Steelix is, in my opinion, more detailed. And yeah, we will see which one sells first, and I have both of them still laying around in my personal collection. I thought it was wise to pull some cards from their full art Pokemon cards with their trainers, but I decided to sell the Cynthia's Garchomp again, and now I decide to sell this one too. I can't collect everything, folks. I would love to have more of those full art Pokemons, but I have my full art trainers and now the illustration rares and the trainer galleries, etc. It becomes a little bit too much. I'm going to narrow it down a little bit more. As we find ourselves at Team Skullgrunt, I have, I think, around 20 copies of this one now. I decided to let one go. I asked about 12 to $15 for it. Like $15, a little bit of discount is possible if you purchase for more than a certain amount. But I already found one back, luckily, for $8. So if this one sells and I have the other one for $8, I already purchased it. But those are also rapidly disappearing from the market, and I told that in a lot of years, so it's not that rapidly, but I think this is one to look out for. The Pikachu Team Skullgrunt is doing really well, the Poncho obviously. Here we have one more of those cosplay cards. I think the Team Skullgrunt you can also call a little bit of cosplay card, and here we have Eevee or a kid in an Eevee costume rather, and this one is from Shining Fates. It's not that tough to pull. But at this stage in the Pokemon journey, the full arts were still a little bit more rare. They were considered to be more rare than currently. And this one I tried to sell for $10. Usually I am able to do so. They went up from $3 to at least $8, so I'm asking a little bit too much, but yet again, if you want all these trainers and I can provide them to you at once. Here we have one more from my personal collection, another Melanie, but I have still 20 left, so yeah, I pulled some cards from the collection to sell to fund future purchases, I guess. Acerola Premonition, Ashana over here. So those are all ready to leave, and then I purchased 20 more of the Fuecocos and the Sprigatitos of these ones, paying $2 a piece or so, and then I'm trying to sell them again for $3 a piece. It is going pretty well. I need to be sure to save some for my personal collection. Really awesome foil. You don't see this very often on other cards. Let me know if you know where these were handed out or what kind of promotional cards these are. They're just like regular promo cards, have a little insert there. This one I know is from the Adventure chest, and then you have the Paumo and the Mousehold, and this one is an actual Blackstar promo, as these are just set cards but sealed. And you have the Pikachu from Pokemon Go in this version as well. It is just a regular set card holo, but they sealed it and now people call it promos. So I guess they are promos, but they're still set cards with regular symbols. As this one is truly exclusive with the Blackstar promo on it. I think it's number 87 or 78 out of the top of my head. Now 2 more things to show you, folks. I purchased a lot of them, 10 of this one and 20 of this one. And I have been collecting these over the years for my personal collection every time I went to McDonald's, because these are McDonald's promotional cards. And I saved a couple of them from each year they were released, and I have a box full of them right now. Just someone having them up for sale for $2 a piece. I thought, okay, let's purchase it. It's the Match Battle 2023. And I believe they come with different cover arts, but let's investigate what's inside here. Alright, so you have some kind of game with an instruction manual. And then you have the actual booster pack, the Match Battle 2023, with 4 additional game cards. It's a special series of McDonald's cards, I guess. For those who want to see the back side of the pack, it is not foily. This is just, I think, paper, cardboard wrapper. And yeah, it's just cool for kids. If you're a fan of McDonald's and you want to collect all the McDonald's toys, you also need this one. And of course they are Pokemon cards, so they will always be in demand for that matter. And then yeah, I think it's just a really cool investment, $2. I'm gonna try to sell it for $3. Obviously I need to make a small profit, and let's see how it goes. The problem with these things is that you can't ship them in a regular bubble mailer. So for shipping it will be more expensive if you want everything, but I can for the same price also ship only the booster pack, and then the shipping will cost less than half of the entire box. Then we have one more. I was a bit fooled by this cover art. I thought it would have been a Dragonite as it was presented on the website where I purchased it, but instead we see a silly Drampa here, which is not that cool for promotion. But for the booster pack, however, we have a Dragonite with Pikachu. Same paper wrapper. Also 4 additional game cards. I think this one is from 2024, maybe 2025. Correct me if I'm wrong. Quickly, the back side of the booster pack. And let's see what we can find furthermore in this box. This box is a little bit bigger than the other one. So I'm not even able to ship this one at all. Maybe in a letterbox, so it will have to be tracked always. I spent a little bit more money on this one compared to this one. I purchased these for around $3. I'm trying to sell them for $4 a piece again. And these come with a little cool Pokemon poster, as you can see. Roaring Moon, Jigglypuff, which is cool, I think. And then we have the Drampa. Turning it around, you have a page where you can put up all kind of stickers. So you have all parts of Pokemons. Everybody can see the beloved Charizard head here. And what is cool about it is that we have actually Umbreon here, a complete Umbreon. So this might actually add some value to the entire product if you choose to have this one entirely shipped. So you can see the parts, you can put them here on the poster. Just a little addition for kids, as we are used to from McDonald's. Initially I thought these were only released in French, in the French language and in French the country. But hey, I think these are English actually. I only have 10 of them, and I put some aside for my personal collection as I did with the Fuecoco art cover. So from this Dragonite and Pikachu one I only have 10 and I have put some aside sealed in my personal collection. Or I think it is not sealed, I think this will be considered complete in box, right? Since there is no real seal on it, but yeah, I cannot show you if they are English or French. I think they are English because I have to sell some complete in box and some packs as well. So I guess, ladies and gentlemen, I have a couple more. Here we have another Morpeko V Union with Marnie. Just a couple more cards and an Atticus from Prismatic Evolutions, I believe, a full art. It's now down to $1. I purchased them for $2 to $3. I'm trying to sell it for $3. It feels like the Nimona story of Obsidian Flames all over again, where I purchased them way too high and now I'm sitting on the bags. So this does not include the ones that I wanted to keep for the personal collection. This is what I all spent because I thought it was a really good investment. But in the end I had purchased most of them for $3 a piece and they went at one point down to 15 cents a piece. So I lost 20 times my value here. Luckily enough, they are back to $1 a piece now. I think you're able to sell them for $2 a piece as well. I am occasionally selling them, but it was not a good investment at all. At least if I was able to purchase them for 15 cents a piece and they're now $1, yes, okay, that was great, but I was a bit too hasty, a little bit too little patience. And moving on to the last card for today is the first one of the art rares that I am purchasing over the coming weeks. A 151 Ivysaur. And with that, folks, I want to end this video. Thanks everybody so much for watching, I really appreciate it. Leave a like on the video to support the channel, and if you have something to comment, let me know, obviously. And I wish everybody a really good day, and I'm going to the postal service right now to ship out some orders. And I'll catch you all on the next one, probably Wednesday, so see you around, folks.